guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Scott here today, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button down below so you do not miss a future upload. And today's video is going to be one of my traditional videos. It's going to be talking about music, but specifically Karen Carpenter's solo album. So I am picking my top 10 tracks off the album. It was posthumously, or however you say it, released in 1996 after her passing in 1983. So let's just get into my top 10 tracks from the album. So I want to preface this video, and and I don't know what I want to say, like a disclaimer maybe. I am very wordsy. I think this, even though I don't really know the technical side behind it with A&M and how she felt, Karen that is, with the opinions of her most close people in the business, including Richard and her mom, and like that's a whole other dynamic. I personally feel like this album, if it had been released in 1980, 81, I don't know if it would have helped save her, kind of, but I think it would have given her a confidence boost because it would have proved to herself that she could do stuff without other people. I'm very strong opinion about Karen Carpenter, so I apologize for my rant, but let's get into the top 10 tracks. So as my traditional videos, I always go from 10 to 1. So at number 10, I have Last One Singing the Blues. I feel like this is like a very, it's not traditional to the Carpenter sound, and I shouldn't say like, how I said, Karen was trying to find her own voice, and you could tell that she was trying to use like different ranges of hers, kind of, because I'm hearing in my head she's more like deeper than the normal Carpenter tracks on some of the lyrics. I really like it though, and maybe I should have had it higher. I don't know. The ones that are up towards the top, these have been my favorites since I was 14 years old, and let me tell you, I did not realize how risque some of the lyrics were until recently. So that goes to show that I'm very naive. Number 9 is All Because of You. This one, I feel, I don't know, it doesn't get enough appreciation, I feel like, from the Carpenter community. Some people, I mean, again, a lot of people also had mixed opinions on her solo album, which I totally get, and I see that this was kind of like the beginning of the end for her, indirectly, if you really think about it, because this was 79, she was gone by early 83, but I like All Because of You. And then number 8 is Love Lines. A lot of people might be like, oh my gosh, why isn't that higher? And then I also might think, oh, well, this is the name of one of the Carpenter albums. Well, that's because in 1989, coinciding with the Karen Carpenter story movie from CBS, that's a whole nother deep dive of another video I could probably do. Richard went through and got a bunch of songs that were from like the archives, and decided to release a couple of her solo tracks on this Love Lines album, including Love Lines. But they were his remix, if I remember correctly, from many years ago of reading stuff. And Love Lines, I love it, but I think, I don't know, I think it's just, when I first heard it from the Love Lines album, it wasn't true to her remix or her mix, so that's just why I feel like, I don't know, it's a good song. I love it. It's a very smexy song. Number 7 is My Body Keeps Changing My Mind. This song, you would not expect Karen Carpenter to sing this, especially somebody that had performed at the White House during the Nixon era, and as they called it, I think they were called goody four shoes, I think I want to say was one of the terms. And then like the apple pie image. I did a whole research paper, fun fact, about the Carpenters when I was in high school, and I literally got 100% on it. So I'm trying to remember some of the terms that I remember putting in that paper, because I did a whole deep dive on them. Yeah, who would think in the modern day that anybody would do that? Anyways, but My Body Keeps Changing Your Mind. I like this song. I'm not going to say much because I don't know if I'll get censored on this video. Number 6 is another smexy song. Unfortunately, if I'm turning red, it's because I didn't realize this until I started filming some of the titles of these songs. Making Love in the Afternoon. It's a very nice duet with, I think he's from Chicago, the lead singer of Chicago. Peter Cetera, something like that. Go look at the lyrics. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment because my mother, my sister, my father, and my aunt all watch my videos. So I'm over here talking about little sexy songs that Karen Carpenter sang back in 1979. Anyways, but I really like the duet. The lyrics mean nothing to me. Really, as in like, meaning I just like the voices together. Now number 5 is probably, I fight myself because I have 1 and 2 on here. Those are my favorites right now, but this one was my favorite from when I first listened to the album when I was 14 in 2016. It is still crazy after all these years. It is a cover of the Paul Simon song. So Paul Simon did the same song, I think, like 3 or 2 years before she did her cover of it. Really beautiful, hearing it from a woman's perspective. And I loved Phil Ramone's arrangements on all of these. And then number 4 is Still in Love with You. This song got me in trouble a couple years ago. That's all I'm gonna say. I love it. I think this could have been like the B-side of if she had released a single, and I'll tell you why coming up at 3, 2, and 1. These are the ones I think should have been the singles off the album. And then number 3 is Remember When Loving Took All Night. I am so sorry if I seem like I'm very embarrassed. I'm getting like secondhand embarrassment. You might get secondhand embarrassment too if you're watching this video. Remember When Loving Took All Night. I really don't. I don't know. Karen took these lyrics and like somebody said she could sing the phone book and it sounded good. She took these like really smexy songs and made them like not so smexy and made them more like sensual and like Carpenter-esque. So like her voice of course was like the identity of the Carpenters, so that's why I feel like a lot of people don't really associate the fact that she was singing these smexy songs. Anyway, so I think that could have been possibly like a single, like low-key. The arrangement, I really liked it, still like it. But these two at number 2 and number 1, If We Try, this should have been her single from the album to get like, you know, generating people to like want to buy the whole like Karen Carpenter album in 1980. It stays true that If We Try, I feel like it stays true to the way that people know Karen to be as a vocalist and as a person, and it kind of does fit into like the Carpenter-esque catalog. So I really think If We Try would have probably generated her at least top 10 or top 20 hit. It wouldn't have been a commercial flop, I personally think. But that's just my opinion. After what, 40 some years after it had been recorded. And then my number 1 song on the album is If I Had You. This I think probably would have been the best choice and probably best option for her to have a top 10 or top 5 hit in 1980. Again, I really can't speak for the community, the family, her friends, everybody else and their opinions on the album, but I really think if Hope Against Hope, A&M, Herb, Jerry, Richard, the mom, her best friends, whoever had been in the control room, had been there and heard this, hopefully song would have been the first one they had gotten to hear. We could go back 40 some years. This would have just sold, this would have sold it for I think a lot of people in the control room, because If I Had You stays true to me personally to the Carpenter catalog. But those are my top 10 tracks from Karen's solo album. If you guys made it this far in this video, thank you guys so much for watching another deep dive into a specific artist or catalog or some kind of video that I've always been doing. If you guys want more Karen Carpenter / Carpenters like content, give this video a big thumbs up. I have quite a few videos on the Carpenters in general, and they have been in my top 10 artists like a lot. So when I do my Spotify deep dives, I literally cannot wait till the end of the year with Spotify Wrapped to see where they end up on my playlist, because the Carpenters and like Karen Carpenter, like they are my number 1, always forever. Well, I'll catch you guys in one of my next videos. Hope you soon. Love you, bye.